let's get some good news. You want some good news? So in Virginia yesterday, in a stunning decision, when I say stunning, I don't say that lightly. In a stunning decision yesterday, the Virginia Circuit Court, a circuit court judge eviscerated the Democrats' gerrymandering scheme, and the Dems got smoked by this judge in Tazewell, Virginia, striking down their obscene gerrymandering power grab. And it wasn't just a strike down, it was an obliteration. Now, their plot here to steal 4 House seats just went up in the flames. Now, they're going to release the map on Friday. I've seen this map. I got advance of it last night. It's like opening up a snake barrel. I mean, every district is just snake to nowhere. You know, before I go forward, though, I have to sip of my 1775 coffee here. Got to do it before it gets cold. Hang on. Damn, did I tell you that's great coffee? Have I told you that? This is the first sip. I got up at 4:15 today, did my 75 push-ups, did my preliminary work, sent Mike everything on time. Right, Mike? Sent you all your stuff. Hang on. Incredible. This is the most incredible coffee I've ever had, and it's affordable. The official coffee of the John Fredericks Show. All you have to do, if you want the best coffee ever, go to 1775coffee.com, 1775coffee.com, promo code Godzilla, 10% off. Right now I'm drinking the premium brew. So as soon as I get in, first thing I do, Mike, put on my coffee, brew a pot. Yes, I got the K-cups for, an emergency when I don't need a full pot. But when I get up in the morning and I come here to the studio and I'm like, okay, here we go. First thing I do before I even turn on the lights. Well, I got to turn on the lights. Before I turn the camera on, before I hook up, I brew my coffee. Hang on. Quality of life. Damn, that's good coffee. 1775coffee.com. Promo code Godzilla. 10% off. Now, the judge's name is Jack Hurley Jr. in a state circuit court in Tazewell, Virginia. He torpedoed the scam on multiple grounds. Number one, the main reason, he said, is that over 1 million early votes were cast in Virginia before the Democrats called their special session to jam this through, denying those voters a chance to weigh in on this ruse in the November election. He stated Article 12, Section 1 of the Virginia Constitution requires that a constitutional amendment be passed by 2 separate General Assemblies with an intervening general election of House members in between. Well, there wasn't an intervening election because they called this after 1 million early votes had already been cast, so there was no intervening election. So those million people that cast the vote had no idea this was going on. So the way the Democrats argued is that an intervening election could be at 6:55 p.m. on Election Day. Well, you can't do that because people have already voted. And so you've got to give people a chance to say, okay, well, one of the things, if I vote for the Democrats, they're going to gerrymander these seats. I got to give that a second thought. That's why it's in the Constitution. And basically he said that he threw that out. The judge also said that the Democrats in the Virginia General Assembly virtually hid this from the voters for a month of early voting. This is called an intervening election. This suit was filed in Tazewell, Virginia, by House Minority Leader Terry Kilgore. Plain and simple, the amendment, they said, was adopted outside the lawful scope of the 2025 special session. Now, the bottom line is the Democrats got torched here. This is an evisceration, right? The court did not strike the amendment on policy grounds. It doesn't care about the policy. People want to pass it, fine. It'll certainly pass for 2028. But it struck it because of 4 things. 1, the General Assembly, he said, exceeded the lawful scope of the special session. It violated its own rules and constitutional safeguards. It misapplied the Constitution amendment process, and it failed to comply with mandatory voter notice requirements. Now, each of these 4 standing alone was enough to invalidate the amendment taken together, they made the result unavoidable under Virginia law, says Judge Hurley. Now, Virginia Democrats are going to likely appeal this to the Virginia Supreme Court. You never can predict what a Supreme Court does, but I'm going to do that now. This thing ain't going to pass. Not in 26. You can forget that. There's no way out of the 7 Supreme Court justices in Virginia that 4 of them are going to vote for this based on what Hurley ruled, because they're going to find the same thing. I don't even think that this appeal is going to get heard. If it does, it's going to get blown out. This is a massive blow to their plan. Every Republican in America should have a little spring in their step now, because we dodged a bullet. This will pass in 28. It is not going to pass in 26. It is going to get struck down by the Supreme Court of Virginia. The lines, as were drawn in 2020 in another constitutional amendment that Virginia passed, will hold, which saves us potentially 4 seats. Now, who's at risk? Kiggins is at risk in 2. She's the only one at risk. McGuire is going to win. Klein is going to win. Griffith is going to win. Whitman to some extent, but he's still got a Republican district. He's got a lot of money. He's in line to be Armed Services Chairman. I got to get Whitman on. Let me jot that down. We're also going to try to see if we can get a cameo here from Terry Kilgore when I get to break. I didn't want to bother him last night because I knew he was tied up in this. But we got a great show today. I want to get your comments. We dodge a bullet. Also, when you look at all the taxes that Virginia Democrats have raised, it looks right now that the state income tax in Virginia is 5.6%. It looks like that is going to 13.5%. 13.5 is going to be the highest income tax in America, in any city or state. Highest one. This is what they're going to pass. They're going to take the money and give it to illegals. So the illegals can keep voting for them. They're going to take the money, giving themselves a 3x raise. They're going to take the money, fund all their pet projects, all the NGOs, all in an effort to keep power and get votes. And you're going to get taxed. I got an idea for you. Come to Washington, D.C., the safest city in America. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you here in D.C. Get out of Virginia. Come here. Live here. Beautiful city. Clean as a hound's tooth. No crime. The Disneyland of the North. Let's keep it that way. Come here. Register to vote here. We need more Republicans. We'd love to have you. I'll take you out for cocktails. Anybody that moves here, call me. I'll be so happy. We need Republicans here. Come one, come all, the land of milk and honey, baby.